Welcome back to the channel. My name's Tom, and today I'm at a new flea market. This is the Torrington Watermelon Festival and Flea Market in Torrington, Connecticut. From what I understand, the Watermelon Festival is not new, but the flea market part of it is. And I'm glad I came. It was overall a pretty good flea market. I actually ended up buying a few things, so let's see what we can find.
Right. Hi, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Any questions at all, just let me know.
Some geodes here.
My name is Jessica.
Oh, this is.
These are ones you can crack your own.
Before you open it. Okay.
Yep.
They're all from Mexico, and then if you find one you want, she'll break it open right there. You get break it open on your own.
Oh, wow.
How much are they?
They start at 10, and I think they work their way up.
Okay.
I'm not sure on what she brought with her.
The ones on the black thing are 20, and then the smallest one and the things on the bottom are 25, 35, 45.
These are kind of neat. I'd love to live in an area where you can just find these,
Yeah, yeah.
because I'd be cracking them open all day.
They're pretty.
Yeah.
And then if you get one, you get to crack it yourself.
I like these ones. It almost
They start at 10.
looks like pyrite, but it's not. I don't think it, or maybe mica or something.
So Deb, it was nice to meet you. And
So
then
how are these formed? If they start off as these funny balls and then that stuff inside?
Volcanic stuff, I think. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of beer steins. I don't really collect beer steins, but if you're looking for beer steins, this is definitely the place to come. Whenever I see mugs or beer steins like this, I always think of that episode of Amazing Stories from the 1980s starring Mark Hamill, where he was an old man who had a mug that he carried around his entire life, and then it ended up that the mug was worth millions of dollars. I'm sure none of these are worth $1 million, but that show is always stuck in my mind, and that's always what I think of when I see that type of thing. I believe this comic strip art here is probably a reproduction. It's Pogo by Walt Kelly, and the reason I think it's a reproduction is that silver stamp in the bottom left corner. And it says it's number, I can't read it, number something out of, what is it, maybe 200 or 700? So it's probably got some value, but nowhere near what it would if it were original artwork. Yeah, I just saw it.
No, I can't do much with it.
You get it? I didn't even realize that.
Here's an old Apple Mac mini computer. I'm not sure exactly what model this one is or what year it is. I'm guessing it's probably from like 2012 to 2014 roughly. I should have actually checked though, because I went online later, and even the old ones from 2012 or so go for at least $50 to $100, so I should have asked what they were selling that for. Oh well. I think this Pee Wee Herman doll is from about 1987, and I would have bought it if it worked, but as you can see, the string is completely jammed there. I'm sure it can be fixed, but it's not something I can do easily. It's not gonna pull.
And
in working condition, loose like this, they seem to sell for about $40 to $50
I
roughly.
know you are, but what am I?
Yeah, probably something like that. I'm always looking for display cases, and this one would have made a pretty good display case. I decided to pass on it though, ultimately, because I actually just bought a whole bunch of little display cases, so I'm kind of overloaded with display cases right now, but it's kind of neat. So somebody in the comments has been asking me to show more antique fishing equipment. So here you go. Here's some antique fishing reels. I have no idea what they're worth, but if they're worth anything, let me know in the comments.
Oh, yeah, it's an old TV. Just put it out like that. The back. Okay. Turn it over to the screen on. See? You turn that TV that over to the screen. Just turn that thing over again. Turn it over. Yeah. Oh.
This caught my eye. This is a 1970s Tonka dune buggy. I don't really collect Tonkas, generally speaking, but I had to have this because it's a dune buggy and it's so 1970s. I looked online and they seem to sell only for about maybe $5 to $10 loose like this, but I ended up getting a way better deal than that. Excuse me.
Yes.
How much is the dune buggy? This one? The Tonka dune buggy?
$1.
Buck?
Yep.
All right, I'll take it for $1. Can't argue with that. All right, thanks.
Thank you. There is another one still around that's in better condition. Square? So if we find that one, that's better than that one.
The Batman mug.
Oh yeah. We didn't bring any bags.
I know, and there's the trunk is full. I'll go up and get some. And it's glow in the dark.
Oh yeah. Interesting.
It's only $3.
Oh, it's from TJ Maxx. Yeah, that's a good price. But a little bit too new. It's from. No, it's fairly new.
Yeah.
I got this cool little dune buggies, 1970s
Cute.
Tonka.
All right. Why don't you give me that? I'll go up to the car.
Thanks. I won't. Here's a Nico Sea Ray remote control boat. I think it's from possibly the 80s or 90s. I'm not exactly sure. He's got $5 on it, which is a very good price. I checked eBay, and these tend to sell for about $25 to $50 in that condition. I don't collect remote control boats though, so I left it for somebody that
There's all
does.
kinds of things online. Oh yeah, it'll run.
I've always got to know what's in the box. So this says Betty Crocker on it, and it's a box of old recipes. I would guess probably from the 70s, just based on the appearance.
I can't outcut my Super XL.
Kind of cool.
75, yeah. And that guy used to run, but I couldn't get it started. I didn't play.
Yeah, let me try this.
Here's a Freddy Krueger doll. This one I think is fairly new. I think it's from 2008, and it actually says it was made for Kmart. I didn't see any that had sold online, but they seem to be asking about $50 to $75 for those. Not sure if anybody's paying that though. And this is a Lost in Space robot toy from 1988. He's asking $30 on it. On eBay, in better condition, they seem to sell for about 15 to 30. So the 30s maybe a little bit on the high side.
Hi, how much are the DS games?
Oh, make me an offer. We're looking at just, so this is my bargain table. So if you want all of them? I'm thinking like $1 each.
Oh yeah, for $1 each. Yeah, for $1 each, I'll take them all.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Maybe you want to do a little more.
No, $1 each is good because we're just hanging around and we thought someone could use
So
them.
there's 8 of them. All right. Yep, that'll work.
You need change?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any? What do you got?
So needless to say, $1 a piece is very good for those Nintendo DS
12, yeah.
games. I checked some of the prices, and most of those games go for at least $3 each, up to like 12 or more. So that's a very good deal.
And here's 12.
All right. Thank you.
I didn't know that.
Enjoy.
I didn't know that.
I will.
Well, you
Skip that. Oh, could you hold that, please? Thank you. These scented markers, or people like to sniff them. You know, it's got that special marker smell.
Here's a Skeleton Warriors action figure collector case from about 1994. I've actually never heard of Skeleton Warriors before, and I think that's because by this time I would have been in high school, so I wasn't really collecting toys anymore. So it doesn't really hold any nostalgia for me, but I looked it up online and it seems to sell for about $30 plus shipping, but I only found one for sale, so I'm not sure if that's the actual going price or not. This is a 1984 LJN Jimmy Superfly Snuka wrestling figure, and they seem to go for about $10 to $12 online, roughly.
Hi, how much is the Skeleton Warriors case?
30 on it.
30?
What are you thinking?
I wasn't sure. I've actually never even heard of Skeleton Warriors before.
I think there's a date on it.
Yeah,
somewhere
94.
in the bottom, maybe?
Yep.
So like I said, $30 seems to be just what it's worth, so it's not really a deal,
Okay.
but it's not
Think
a bad
about it.
price
Thanks.
either. This is something I don't see too often out in the wild, a Laserdisc, and this is a Disney Lion King Laserdisc. Back in the 80s and 90s, this was like the high-end format for movies, similar to DVD. It was really the precursor to DVD. And they're not worth a ton, but I just find them interesting because back then in the 80s and 90s, they were just way too expensive for me to afford.
How much on the laser discs?
The laser discs is doing 15 each on.
15?
Yep.
Okay.
Some of them are sealed, some of them aren't, but
Yep.
all the discs are still wrapped up in original plastic.
Oh, okay.
So they've never been used.
15 is just a little bit more than I want to pay because
All right.
online on
Thanks.
eBay they seem to sell for about 5 to 10 a piece in general.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Those are 10 for the set.
Okay.
That's complete.
So here's a large collection of sports cards from the late 80s, early 90s, which is the era I collected in back when there was a boom in sports card collecting. And nowadays, though, these are worth very little. And it seems very difficult to sell them unless you're selling them for dirt cheap.
Yeah, it is. It's a gorgeous day. Couldn't ask for better for something like this.
Hmm?
So there's a phone.
Yeah.
Isn't that phone beautiful?
Yeah, sure is. What are you asking on that?
200 is the lowest we'll go.
No, sounds reasonable.
I'm honestly not sure if it's worth 200 or not, but I know for a fact it's more than I can pay today. If anybody knows what that's worth, let me know in the comments. And is it a reproduction or is it original? Because I'm just not familiar enough for those to know for sure.
One of those banks.
Is there a price on the? I don't think that's it.
No, I didn't see one. Oh, is that it?
Yeah, no. It's not 20.
Okay. How much you asking on it?
$5.
$5?
Can't argue with $5, but it's just not something I really felt I needed that day, so I did pass on it.
Yeah, correct terms of 50 cents.
Yep.
Well, I never knew they made Iron Maiden action figures. Interesting.
Thank you.
Dangerous. It's a little
There's a bunch of puzzles. They're only $2 each, but I think I've said it before, I always worry about these used puzzles not having all the pieces. I think that would be really frustrating.
Anything?
If they were putting alphabetical order by
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it seems longer than it is. So even half an hour.
Yeah.
When you're working a
I think it's long. I'm almost.
might be.
Isn't that neat?
This is a giant Pez dispenser. And I have to wonder, do they actually make Pez candy that big that would fit in that dispenser? I would assume so, but it seems like it would be too big to actually eat without breaking your teeth. This is probably one of the biggest collections of Nightmare Before Christmas memorabilia I've ever seen in the flea market before. Here's some character glasses, which, as you know, I'm really into character glasses. But these ones are just a little bit too new for my collection. I'm trying to stick to like 1980s and older.
I know. Soul kebab. Up my ass about coming. I already got it.
Isn't there like a $10,000?
I love these old Big Little books. This is Billy of Bar Zero from 1940, and the inscription is amazing. I couldn't read who it's to, but it says 1941. So somebody got this as a gift when it was pretty much brand new. That's pretty cool.
You be gentle with those.
Oh, I will.
They're very old.
Oh, yeah, I can tell.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Very Queen.
Have you heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
1942.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, he's a very famous author.
Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you, my bad.
That's all right.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Matches your eyes.
How's it going?
We have a multitude of plates. Feel free to look through if there's one in
Okay.
particular you're searching for.
The boxes that say Woodridge are these weight holders.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yep.
Too bad these weren't Star Trek or Star Wars plates, because if they were, I probably would have bought them. But those subject matters don't really interest me all that much.
Yeah, book?
Birthday train candle holder.
Oh.
Candles included. I don't know. Wouldn't pay more than $5.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
I really like these carved wood figures here. We got some gnomes and some toadstools. And the name of the company is Sawdust and Sapwood, and their website is sawdustandsapwood.com if you're interested in checking them out. Pretty neat. If I had a garden, I'd probably buy some for it. And there you have it. That's the end of part 1 of the Torrington Watermelon Festival and Flea Market in Torrington, Connecticut. There's going to be one more part to this video, so stay tuned for that. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.